Introducing the 3-part options course with Hans Albrecht. Get access for free by scanning this QR code or clicking on the link in the description.
So this is a bearish harami, and the probability is that it would soften, roll over, however you want to put it. We have a little weakness. We closed at 529.60 and we're at 526.60 roughly, so $3. But the market underneath the surface is still right. The green shoots of that Friday morning for sure, with advanced decline of NASDAQ stopped going down on that Thursday. Friday, green shoots right at the 100-day. And you can see that intraday yesterday, we had some selling, and I warned this was a bearish harami on the Qs, and that's a probability for a pullback, but not a big one. It just means we're going to have some shake and bake on a Friday. SVXY also made it all the way back up to 78.6 fib, kind of retracement right back into resistance. That's also bearish harami. Market just opened and I lost my data. That's fascinating. Crazy. But it's not too big. It's a little profit taking into the end of the week before any potential weekend risk, that kind of thing, little shake and bake. But the bigger issues, of course, what happens with the 10-year yield in a push above 4.69. So that was really on my mind yesterday. This is an important differential that I'm always showing. And I said, this is telling the truth. So remember when this was falling and the Qs were going melt up mode? And I said, And then SPY started going flat and this was falling. I'm like, this one's telling the truth. And then we had the big 3% down day. So this is trying, but it's struggling. It's not making much of a headway up here. So I'm still not surprised we have a little shake and bake today. I'm just not surprised at all. This is going to be funny, but when the credit spreads do start to widen and move higher, which I expect into January and such, that's actually when small caps typically come back into play. I showed that to you before when we had the July blowout. We also had small caps over growth. Yep. So it's kind of a combo deal. They go back into buying the losers, selling the winners or the VIP stocks, and they go back into kind of supporting the value, the recession, quote unquote. This is going up, and this was only down here, but it was clearly down here. So now we're getting a little bit of shake and bake. That's expected. So far today, had a few tells yesterday, but the tells were dollar and yields are strong. But this differential says, I don't believe you, that you're going to just melt up already. And then, of course, I thought this was going to catch down a little bit, which it's doing. So there were some things that were not telling the truth yesterday. It was pretty much the only way I could describe it. And now we have a little bit of a petering out in growth. And now you can see how it's rolling over. Apple, come on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks of green. I got a 5-bar rule. It'd be very, very, very unusual for this to be 6 weeks of green. So why not? Let's see. What was the open? The open was 25466. 25466. Wouldn't that be interesting if it came all the way back down and turned this from green to red? That would not surprise me at all. Yeah, we're not falling apart. It's just a little shake and bake as far as I can see. Qs to 523. Little shake and bake on a Friday. Careful. Here's your Qs coming back in. We broke the 523.25. What did I have for? With the 21-day. Semis can't get a bid either, obviously. Nice shake and bake for a Friday, huh? This is not recovering so quickly. And VIX is above 1704. So there you go. You got to press while VIX is above 1704, which is just starting. That gives it more opportunity to move back into that 1929. So as long as it's above 1704 today, then you got your SPX, QQQ, shake and bake in progress with more emphasis on the QQQ. So it's really concentrated in the MAG 7. Look at that. All the way back down. Dollar's getting bid a little bit. SPY is printing because VIX is still launching above that 1704. That was very, very, very impressive push. Oh, goodness. Wow. That surprised me. Look at this BXM, right? That's the August 5th convexity short covering rally. And you got it all the way here into fascinating, right? A fib level. What is that? That's a doji. We open up next week. We're going to head down. In other words, above is bullish, below is bearish. We could also stay here another week, but this is a reversal pattern. Perfect reversal pattern at a fib level. Oh boy, they're selling off concentration risk before the new year. Remember I said it wouldn't surprise me if we get to the new year with some selling in concentration risk. They're not waiting. Right here, they're aggressively already starting. Stopped yesterday, started today, right at that fib level. That's fancy. Okay, I got to take a picture of that. That's the kind of thing I look for. That's really the kind of thing I look for. So that growth rotation with follow through, it has to follow through next week. Just can't have this, right? It's got to break this and head back down. But that can be very eventful, right? That can be very, very, very productive and profitable for shorts. Apple, don't laugh at me, but I said this will go red to green. And it doesn't need much more. It opened for the week at 25466. 25466 is all it needs to go red. I know this guy. Oh, and yes, it is a reversal formation here on the daily. Look at that. Shake and bake Friday. That worked.
Join Club today to engage with Samantha and her team of 10 experts. Scan this QR code or click the link in the description. Subscribe to LaDuc Trading YouTube channel for more live trading room recap videos and other content.